This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
From Severance Field in Harrisburg, it's the Chambersburg Trojans and Harrisburg Cougars, a rare Saturday afternoon football game for Chambersburg. Harrisburg home games always played on a Saturday afternoon. And today's game brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on a home equity line of credit. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. By Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waitsboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. By Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations. By Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. By Clyde Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. For a complete tour schedule, visit KleinTours.net. Hello, everyone. Gary Klein along with Mike Berger, where the Chambersburg Trojans this afternoon play the Harrisburg Cougars. And this is a huge game for Harrisburg. They are trying to hang on to a playoff spot, currently ranked at number 14 in the District 3 PIAA Quad A playoff rankings, and they come in at number 14, despite the fact that Harrisburg, like Chambersburg, has only won one league game. And that's right, one league game, and that came against Mifflin County last week. 75 points the Cougars ran up, and they defeated Mifflin County 75-31. And Harrisburg, a team that can score. But you look at the numbers, Harrisburg, a team that also gives up a lot of points, Mike, much like Chambersburg's opponent of last week, the Carlisle Thundering Herd.
Yeah, we were talking on the way up here to Harrisburg how the game could be, we were joking, like 75-73, that type of contest, because the way Harrisburg does score a lot of points, but they do give up a lot as well. Chambersburg last week against Carlisle, they actually scored up in the column of 35 points. I mean, that's unheard of for the Chambersburg Trojans. In fact, the last time they scored that many points was against Harrisburg back in 2013. So for the Trojans, I mean, the simple philosophy is this. They got to keep scoring, and they need to stop the opponent from scoring. That's very easy math. I mean, and the Trojans, their defense has been some of their strong points of this season, but last week's game got too many penalties, then too many big plays. You could have some great defensive stops, but if you have one sequence and a guy's running 70 yards for a touchdown off a kickoff return, I mean, that kind of breaks your mojo. So hopefully today, it's a nice weather day for football. The Trojans can get in the win column and make it 2 Mid-Penn wins for the year.
And it is a great day. 54 degrees, partly cloudy skies as we start this game in Harrisburg. I'll take that for Halloween Day anytime.
Right.
And it is, great weather for football, much like last night was for the Friday night games for this late October. And, Chambersburg, and we've talked about it before, had they won 2 games at the beginning of the season, which were winnable, I don't think there's any argument. No, they did not win, and I know if this and if that. Mm-hmm. But had the Trojans been able to pull those 2 games out against Chambersburg and Shippensburg, they would be battling for a playoff spot today in the District 3 Quad A. Believe it or not, those 2 wins would have put them at least in striking distance right now of a playoff spot and possibly a ranked position. As it stands right now, Chambersburg the only team in the entire Mid-Penn Commonwealth which is out of the playoff picture, and that includes Mifflin County, who has not won a game. They're in District 6, and every team in District 6 goes. They don't have the abundance of teams in that area that we have here concentrated playing in a league in the greater Harrisburg area, and they take everyone. But there was a major stunning upset last night in the Commonwealth Division, and that being that State College is now in a first-place three-way tie. They knocked off previously undefeated in the league Cumberland Valley by a score of 21-7. And in fact, this is 2 weeks in a row Cumberland Valley has struggled. Last week, and they did play Central Dauphin, but they overcame a 21-0 lead to win 24-21. And now last night they lose 21-7. So you have Central Dauphin, Cumberland Valley, and State College in a dead heat at 5-1. Now they could end up being a three-way championship depending on action next week. State College does play Mifflin County. Now, if CD East would beat Central Dauphin, and if Chambersburg would defeat Cumberland Valley, then State College would win that division outright. And, whoever thought of State College even being in the picture to win the Commonwealth Championship? I never heard those two words mentioned.
Well, I guess that's why you play the games. I mean, the Chambersburg plays State College. They can score. They score some good points. I mean, they had some problems on the defensive side as well. I mean, Trojans were actually leading that game midway in the second quarter. But, I mean, Chambersburg, unfortunately, it's been a down year. But they could really make things interesting with some wins here. And, I mean, they win next week. I mean, it could be a major blow for Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, it could be, and a major blow for Harrisburg today. Chambersburg has only one win, but I don't think there's any question whatsoever that the Trojans have been playing better here in recent weeks and even at times throughout the season. But the problem with the Trojans right now is if they could put 4 quarters of football together in the same game, they could do some damage.
Yeah, very inconsistent. It seems like they play their best football in the beginning, and then this kind of slides off after the fact. That's what Trojans need to do. They need to carbon copy what they do usually in the first quarter. Lately, been very strong on the defensive side, holding the opponents down in very low points. Get to halftime, and after that, it's like the engines start going for the other team, and then Trojans, there's too much to come back in the contest.
And I'm sure in those instances, those teams probably got a good dressing down in the locker room, pointing out that you're losing to the Chambersburg Trojans at the half. This team, one game, and only a little stronger than what I put in right here. Right. Probably things may have flown.
Oh, you got to watch. I mean.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, for the Trojans, you're right. I mean, there's definitely been some bright spots. I mean, some of their key players, they'll be coming back next year. I mean, you don't have as many seniors in this squad as previous years. And, for example, Nazir Taylor, he's just a sophomore. So he's a very good kicker. You got that, you have him coming back. And Austin Kopp last week, he fumbled the football, but he ended up getting 2 interceptions after that. I mean, he's only a sophomore. So you have a lot of players that hopefully you can build off of. And last week a lot of offense by the Trojans. I mean, they had over 500 yards in total offense last week, I'm sorry, 300 yards in total offense, 78 plays. I mean, that's a lot.
That is.
The Trojans,
you better believe that's a lot for anyone. Yeah. And that's a good sign. As you know, the Trojans offensively, have been playing better. They've been in a lot of ball games of late. And really, I think they've only been mercy ruled maybe once or twice this season against Central Dauphin, and then very late in the lower Dauphin ball game. So, I mean, it is better. It's not there by any stretch. You got to start showing some victories. But the Trojans have become more competitive. And if you heard our Chalk Talk show, Ed Gottwalls was with us. Of course, Chambersburg whatever direction they go is what the conversation was as a coach. Are they going outside the division or inside? But in talking with like the Central Dolphin coaches, they said we, meaning the league, want to see Chambersburg competitive. We don't want to be constantly in a blowout with Chambersburg. It makes everybody better, and nobody enjoys blowout after blowout against a team. And
we don't enjoy it. I mean, we want Chambersburg, of course, to do well.
We want Chambersburg to do well, but I don't think if you're the opponent, you have the victory. That's great, but do you really enjoy going out and mercy ruling someone? Competitive is what it's all about, and hopefully Chambersburg gets back to that position sooner rather than later. And this is the Antrim Insurance pregame show, brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Chambersburg, Waynesboro, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. And we'll be back with more of the pregame show after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently, if only. No regrets. If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie Rate Lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change a car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at AntrimINSPA.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to JDPower.com.
Erie Insurance. Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. With the home equity line of credit from F&M Trust, you can pay less rate and add more great to your life. Get extra funds to pay off high-interest bills, tackle home remodeling projects, or make other big purchases. Apply today and you'll rake in even more savings with F&M Trust's special introductory rate. For details, connect with any local branch or visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local waste management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
You're listening to Trojans Football with Gary Klein and Mike Berger on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Gary Klein along with Mike Berger. We are back at Severance Field in Harrisburg, and the Harrisburg band playing in the background as the Chambersburg Trojans and Harrisburg Cougars get set to start. One of the great atmospheres for high school football here in Harrisburg, Mike. Always a pleasure coming here.
Oh yeah, it's the best band around, bar none. They really crank up the tunes. They get the crowd pumped up. It's always exciting to see them every year.
And the Trojans and Cougars getting set, and you brought up a game. The last time Chambersburg scored 35 points was in that Harrisburg game, which was a loss.
Yeah, we were there.
We were there. One of the most, I think, heartbreaking losses you could ever suffer. The Trojans had a 29-point lead at one time in that ball game, 4 scores, and left it get away late in the fourth quarter. And Harrisburg came away, I think it was like a 51-49 victory.
Yeah, 54-51. And one of the big things that Harrisburg's known to have is athletic quarterbacks. I mean, the one they have today, Jeremiah Wilkinson, man, that guy can run. I mean, he does a lot of fancy moves, and Trojan seems like a lot of the big teams that they face, they have these quarterbacks that do so much more than just standing a couple steps back and throw a football. It's one of those things that's becoming an opposite in NFL. You don't want those RG3s anymore because they're always getting hurt. But in high school, I mean, they're just dominating.
Yeah, they are. When you have a quarterback that can run and do various things, it is. And right now, we are going to rise for the playing of our national anthem. And that's the playing of our national anthem by the Harrisburg High School Band. Pre-game show has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently, if only. No regrets! If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie Rate Lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change a car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at antriminspa.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to jdpower.com.
Erie Insurance. Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. Use home equity funds for big purchases or to pay off high-interest bills. Apply today and rake in even more savings with F&M Trust special introductory offer. Visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Trane dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
MidPennBroadcasting.com, your home of the Chambersburg Trojans.
Gary Klein with Mike Berger back in Harrisburg as we get set for kickoff today. And around the league last night, we told you State College defeated Cumberland Valley 21-7. Also, Central Dauphin a 42-0 winner over Mifflin County, and CD East at 35, Carlisle 28. And we are ready for action here tonight, and the Cougars with the football, as they're going to be starting at 1st and 10. And quarterback back, goes to the air right away, and he's got a complete first play of the ball game. Is a touchdown pass. And Harris,
7 yards.
Wow, what a way to start. One play, and it is already 6-0 the Cougars.
Happy Halloween.
Wow, what
a treat for Harrisburg for them.
What a way to start, right? And it is 6-0, 17 seconds into the ball game. And the snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, the Cougars lead it by a score of 7-0. This is the F&M Trust of Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. With the home equity line of credit from F&M Trust, you can pay less rate and add more great to your life. Get extra funds to pay off high-interest bills, tackle home remodeling projects, or make other big purchases. Apply today and you'll rake in even more savings with F&M Trust's special introductory rate. For details, connect with any local branch or visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30 on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big...
And the Cougars with a rocking start. I think before anybody was ready, it's 7-0, Mike.
I was going to get my feet about...
And here's the kick. It is taken by the Chambersburg Trojans, and there's a hole, and up to the 40 and 45-yard line on a good Carter Edmondson of the Trojans.
Yeah, and I was going to say for the Chambersburg Trojans to start the game out, you want a good stop. Harrisburg has the ball first, and that plan kind of backfired, but a good run there to start for the Trojans, Carter Edmondson, and with that 57-yard strike, it went up to Anderson Butts, and he's one of their key catalysts. He had 5 touchdowns coming in today's contest and making number 6.
And the Trojans are trying to get even in this one already, down by a score of 7-0, going left to right. And this is Hoover. He hands off to Edmondson, but he is greeted in the backfield and going to be knocked down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, big guy Trevor Baltimore, number 6'3", 275-pounder. With the smash to the ground, lost the yards. Trojans 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13 already for the Trojans. Caden Hoover under center for Chambersburg. And Hoover with the long count, and now motion coming to the left for the Trojans. And this is Hoover. He's got to hand the football off and getting... Well, the hole, they're going to probably stop the forward progress up around the 44.
Yeah, the Trojans, they want to have a good game today. They're going to have to go right back and get something on the board. But you got plenty of time to do it. I mean, how many seconds was off the clock there for the first play?
About 14.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we still have 10:39 in the first quarter. There's plenty of time to do it, but you need to execute. And it's third down right now, 3rd and about 8 for the Chambersburg Trojans. Hoover goes back and throws. He has it complete 50. And over the 45, 44, first down, Chambersburg.
Yeah, great job. That's definitely a first down for the Trojans. The Trojans, throughout the years, had that hard time with third down conversions. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, seems like a blink of an eye. They have to give it up, punt the football away, but as of late, Trojans have done a better job with that type of sequence.
And the 43-yard line is where the spot of the football comes in at. 1st and 10 from that spot at the 43-yard line for the Trojans of the Cougars, and the handoff there. And nothing moving, getting knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. That's Carter Edmondson for the Trojans.
Yeah, Trojans been using a lot of Edmondson, Darius Johnson of late, Lauren Lee also in the mix. Edmondson and Johnson last week each had over 100 yards in offense. And you just look at the front line, Gary, for Harrisburg. They got some big guys.
They do. 2nd down and 12. And that is motion coming left for the Chambersburg Trojans. There's a handoff again, a little bit of a hole. And getting up to the 40-yard line, I believe that was Edmondson again.
Yeah, Edmondson, nice couple yards there. Some of the big guys we're talking about. How about Raymond Allen, number 73, 6'1", 380 pounds.
Yeah.
He's right there in the middle there. But the thing is, you could be a big guy, good guy on the front, but if you're not agile, you know, people can run right around you, so.
They probably can't run at you, but around you.
Right.
Left to right, the Trojans. And here's Hoover rolling left. He throws, has it off, and has it complete. That is number 81, Spencer Seaman for the Trojans.
Yeah, great job by the QB for Chambersburg, finding the open man. Not worried about that first play of today's contest. He knows what they have to do. They got to get some points on the board and going downfield pretty well so far.
82, Leedy was on the reception. And the Trojans trying to get even after Harrisburg had one play, 58 yards. And the handoff again, and a loose football on the field at the 25-yard line. It looks like, and Harrisburg has recovered the football. And the Trojans driving and cough it up.
And we were just talking the play before that, how smooth the Trojans have been with the finding the open man. Darius Johnson has lost the football. He had the rush. He went around that big defense, and guess what? Harrisburg has it, and it's going to be the ball, looks like, around the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at that spot, 25-yard line. And the Cougars go back to work on offense again. They've been there for one play, and it resulted in a touchdown. They lead it 7-0. And there, this time the loose ball on the field, and loose into Chambersburg. Trojans pick it up and into the end zone. Touchdown. Carter, number 21 for the Trojans, is Joshua Honoran, and it's 7-6. One play, Harrisburg fumbles, Chambersburg gets it back and turns that fumble into a touchdown.
Wow, go from heartbreak on a nice drive down the field. Harrisburg recovers on the 25. And just like that, Honrad able to grab it, the wild scramble for the football, runs in for 6, and just like that, if they can get an extra point here, it'll be a tie ball game.
And Nazir Taylor into attempt of that extra point. A big break for the Trojans at the 8:03 mark of the first quarter. And the snap, the kick is down, it is up, it looks good, it is good. We've got a tie ball game, 8:03 to go, first quarter. It's Chambersburg 7, Harrisburg 7 on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network, on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. Use home equity funds for big purchases or to pay off high-interest bills. Apply today and rake in even more savings with F&M Trust special introductory offer. Visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
MidBendBroadcasting.com. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling.
Back here at Severance Field in Harrisburg, we are all tied at 7 as the Trojans take advantage of a very serious Harrisburg fumble there.
And what's going on with the football? I mean, it should be very dry out there. The last 2 plays have been fumbles.
And now I don't know if it was onside or the squib kick, but Harrisburg having trouble picking it up. It's loose, and the Trojans again have recovered the football. Chambersburg will take over at the 25-yard line of the Cougars. 3 consecutive times we've had fumbles. Chambersburg has recovered 2 of them.
This is a crazy sequence of events here, and all going for the Chambersburg Trojans thus far. Let's keep it up. Trojans in good field position, the ball on the 27-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Trojans from that spot, the 27-yard line of the Harrisburg Cougars. And quarterback Caden Hoover will hand the football off, hang on to that thing.
Right.
And it gets up over the 30 and back to about the 28-yard line.
I mean, I know it is trick-or-treat. You know, Butterfinger's a popular candy bar, but geez, 3 straight. I mean, the field, it can't be a factor. I mean, it's a beautiful day out. There's hardly any wind. It's very dry.
It is. There's nothing that is a factor whatsoever.
We've done rainy games and seen less fumbles.
Fumbles in this. I did one where there was no fumbles the entire night in a rain game. And this is Hoover back, pumps once, now rolls left, throws, and he has it off, has it complete at the 10-yard line on the far side of the field. Was that number 80?
It looks like 33, Clay Myers.
Yeah.
Clay Myers, the junior, leaps up, makes a great catch. And I tell you what, Hoover, he's on the money today. Very nice pass selection, trying to find some in the open field.
And rolling. He took his time and found the man. So the Trojans in the red zone again. And there is the handoff of the football up the middle, down to the 5, to the 4, but a flag is down. And I believe was that Lee on the carrier?
It looks like Lee, and also let's figure out what the penalty is. Hopefully not against the Trojans. They're in such good field position. And the penalties have been an issue. And it is on Harrisburg. And face mask, that's a good one.
And that's going to be half the distance right there. So that's going to put the ball, and it's after the play, so that's going to put the ball on the 2-yard line, 2.5-yard line. And it'll be a 1st and goal for the Chambersburg Trojans, 7-7 ball game. And that clock's a little hard to read, but is it 6:51 out there? Hand off of the football, and the Cougars stop short of the goal line. And
it looks like Warren Lee there. Also, Carter Edmondson part of that play. That's one thing for the Trojans the last couple weeks. It's been good for them. They've had some good running backs as far as Edmondson, Lee, Darius Johnson. So kind of pick your poison here with 1st and 2 yards to go.
So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Chambersburg Trojans. And there is a handoff, Edmondson, and he is going to be into the end zone for the touchdown.
So we played less than 6 minutes here already, and we've seen, 3 fumbles, 3 touchdowns.
3 fumbles, 3 Wow, what a start. It's going to be an interesting Halloween afternoon.
Yeah.
And this will be Nazir Taylor to try to tack on point number 14. And here comes the snap, and the kick is up, and it is good. And with a break in the action, 6 minutes, 12 seconds to go, first quarter, it is Chambersburg 14, Harrisburg 7 on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30 on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
And another short swim kick, and this time they in a battle for the football. I think the Cougars have it, though. That was either a squib or meant to be an onside kick. Yeah,
little one in between there as Austin Mitchell for the Cougars able to regain composure, hold on to the football, and Cougars will have it on the 37-yard line.
And the Cougars coached by Calvin Everett, who is also the AD at Harrisburg High School.
Trojans there, 5 plays. Edmondson with that run. So good offense thus far showing. Can they keep it up?
And the pass is off, and it is going to be complete down the sideline, and a lot of room, but going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That is Shaquan Anderson on the reception. And you mentioned about the athletes Harrisburg has, Mike. That is one thing. Their football program is up and down over the years, but they do have great athletes that can run. That's almost synonymous with Harrisburg, the athleticism. And quarterback again will roll back, and now he'll keep it himself, and getting up to the 40, going to step out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. That is Jameer Wilkinson. He's a 6', 185-pound sophomore.
Yeah, smart move by Wilkerson. He didn't see his men downfield. He had 4 receivers going out, and instead of another turnover by the Cougars, he's able to get some yardage. It's 2nd and 5 here, 5:54 to go in the first.
So it's Wilkerson in the backfield, and Wilkerson scrambling around, and he's going to get only to the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
And it should be good enough for a first down. Yes, it is.
So it'll be a fresh set of downs for Harrisburg. Harrisburg closes their season out, regular season, next Saturday, as they're still very much in the playoff picture, but they close that out with Carlisle. Chambersburg, meanwhile, travels to Cumberland Valley, seeking their first victory against the Eagles since 1993. And there is a handoff, but boy, nothing doing there.
Yeah, all the Trojans pumped up on that play. A lot of folks to give credit there, especially number 9, Damian Roberts.
And about 12 for the Cougars.
I'll bring him back 3 yards, 2nd and 13.
And that'll be at the 35-yard line for the Trojans. And this Wilkerson, and he's back. Screen pass is off, and making a couple of moves, but getting knocked down at the 26-yard line is Jeray Anderson.
Big stop Trojans need here. Keep the lead, keep it alive here, and get the ball back and put some more points on the board.
So it'll be a 3rd and 8. And this is definitely 4-down territory here for the Cougars. The ball at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, they got to watch Anderson, number 13. He's been giving the Trojans fits early on here.
Quarterback in trouble, and he's going to be knocked down at the 40-yard line.
Number 52.
52, Miles Braxton. We've said his name throughout the season. 295 junior. Big stop there, loss of yardage. It's going to be 4th down for the Cougars.
May not be 4-down territory now after that sack, but we'll see.
Yeah, we've seen Harrisburg do a lot of tricks over the years.
Yes. Right now it looks like they're back in punt formation, but
crazier things have happened.
Yeah, he's back. Now the Trojans finally drop a couple of players deep, and the punt will come right at the 50-yard line. And there's the snap. The kick is off, angling for the corner. Going to be a very good punt, going to bounce out of bounds inside the 10-yard line at about the 8.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Harrisburg. You got to punt the football there. You're only down by 7. You got a long way to go, and it was a great punt. Trojans got the work cut out. The ball's going to be positioned around the 9-yard line.
It kind of made the decision easier once they had that sack and lost all those yards, because you were back to the 40. So, yeah, that's not 4-down territory a lot of times. And this will be Caden Hoover to see if he could keep the Trojan offense moving here. And Hoover hands the football off. And going up to the 15-yard line. And we'll see who comes out of there. Carter Edmondson. Yes, it is Edmondson.
Edmondson getting a lot of the football thus far here.
Yes, he has seen a lot of carries.
Edmondson is a senior, so he is a key player for Chambersburg. Won't be here next year.
And the flag drops.
We saw enough of those last week, Gary, against Carlisle. There were some bizarre ones, especially Ed Gotwell's described one that he's never seen basically last week with the fumble, and Trojans thought it was a clean fumble and ran, and it turned out that it wasn't. He was down, but they threw a flag at Chambersburg because they kept running after the whistle there.
I have never heard of that either. You were a referee. Did you know that was in the books?
That's not an official. I may be somewhere in fine print, but I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, I've never seen it called. Yeah.
Right.
And there again is the handoff, and up to the 20-yard line.
It was just one of those tacky penalties. Like, there's no reason to call. It was a 15-yarder, and Carlisle was able to score.
Yeah. And, it's right, tacky, ticky-tacky is. You call everything, and obviously that crew, I watched the archive there, they had that flag out most of the night. There's some times they will let you play, to an extent, but when you start just constantly throwing the, flag after flag, if you call everything out there, they've often said, you could call a penalty on every play if you wanted
especially the holding.
Yeah.
Into the contest with a record of 9-1. Let's get out and support.
It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Edmondson got shaken up a little bit during that play. Looks like he's okay. Trojans definitely need him.
Yeah, he's carried the bulk of the load out of the backfield this afternoon. And it's actually 2nd down and 9, and there is the handoff, and running room and a loose football on the field, and Harrisburg jumps on it. If it wasn't out of bounds,
it looks like it was out of bounds. They got lucky at Chambersburg. Or that would have been a fumble.
Yeah. Over on the far side of the field, but.
And actually, the Trojans ended up getting a 1st down out of that.
In a very unusual, unorthodox manner with the loose football that went out of bounds. It's not something you really have in your playbook. But it worked. And the Trojans in business with a fresh set of downs at the 33-yard line, their own 33. There is the handoff. And the run and all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon Miller, 36, is in the contest. Well, we said Edmondson left a little shaken up there. It was on the sideline. So interim coach Scott Mitchell mixing it up, getting some players in the contest.
And it is another Trojan first down as we hit the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Severance Field in Harrisburg, Trojans with a 14-7 lead. And they're going to be stopped, and where they stop forward progress is probably maybe a little bit past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Miller once again with the carry.
Second and 8.
Harrisburg just has some huge monsters there on the line. But you know what? Trojans have been doing good finding holes on the run, so I mean, once you get past the big guys, they've been getting some first downs.
And this is Hoover, one back behind him in the backfield, and Hoover is back, and he will hand the football off, but nothing doing there.
Yeah, Darius Johnson, as soon as he got it, he was stuffed.
Number 18.
Looks like number 73, Raymond Allen, 6'1", 380 pounds. Man, you get stuffed by him, you're in trouble.
So it looks the ball on the 44. Looks like a third down and 8 yards to go. 3rd and 8 for the Trojans. And this is Hoover. He rolls left and has it, and the pass is going to be intercepted by the Cougars at the 50. And breaking a tackle down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, the 20, and finally brought out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we'll get a number here.
Numbers are very hard to see today. You can see them on the monitor better than us, I'm sure.
It's like 29, which I don't see on your roster.
Yeah. No, he's not listed on this roster.
But interception costly for Chambersburg.
It is, and now it'll be the Cougars. What's that, the 4th turnover of this first quarter? And the Cougars, with the football going to be knocked down back at the 15-yard line. And that was Davis, the ball carrier.
Yeah, you throw those passes in the middle of the field, that's going to get you in trouble. I mean, there was 3 defenders around, and they were able to get the football. Looks like it was Tariq Waters, Gary, 23, that had the interception.
Okay, so Waters, number 23.
Yeah, he's right there on the
and
side.
That's close, yes.
Now I can see the number.
Yeah, now they're close up, but the way those white numbers are outlined there.
The gray and the black.
Yeah, it just makes it a very difficult task. That is the end of the first quarter with the score, Chambersburg 14, Harrisburg 7 on the F&M Trust, the sports network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. With the home equity line of credit from F&M Trust, you can pay less rate and add more great to your life. Get extra funds to pay off high-interest bills, tackle home remodeling projects, or make other big purchases. Apply today and you'll rake in even more savings with F&M Trust's special introductory rate. For details, connect with any local branch or visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Football season is here and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and
here is quarterback throwing. He has it complete inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line is Justin Carter. And right now, Penn State with a 15-0 lead over Illinois, still in the first quarter, 3:18 to go to halftime.
Big game next week in Michigan.
Yeah. But you got to get this one first.
Well, definitely.
Yeah. And the Fighting Illini, the Nittany Lions, a great game last Saturday at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Quarterback is going to be knocked down at the 10-yard line by the Trojans. That's Jamar Wilkerson knocked to the ground.
Kelton Cheselik involved with that. He's done a great job for the defense for the Chambersburg Trojans. Big stop there for Chambersburg. They're pumped up, still up by 7.
Boy, I'll tell you, hardly had a chance to catch your breath in that first quarter.
Right.
Balls flying all over the place, long touchdown passes. Cougars are going to attempt a field goal, and it is going to be an attempt of 27 yards, and that kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good. So the Cougars make it a 4-point ball game. It's Chambersburg 14 and Harrisburg 10. So Cougars gladly taking the 3.
Yeah, smart move. I mean, there's so much time left in this football game. I mean, Trojans defense, they've been good. They've been giving Ymir Wilkerson a challenge. I mean, they've been chasing after him the whole contest. You got 6 yards to go for a touchdown. You're that close for if you don't get a touchdown, you're going to give the ball right back to Chambersburg, so at least they can get some points on, only down by.
And the Chambersburg defense, what a job.
Right.
Containing Harrisburg to just 3. I'm sure Chambersburg is happy to get out of there with the field goal, too.
Speaking of college football, when would you ever say, hey, there's a big primetime game tonight, Temple and Notre Dame?
Yeah, Notre Dame, yes.
But not Temple.
Yeah. Temple, no. It's a different Owls team this year.
Right.
And as I said before, that loss by Penn State to Temple doesn't look near as bad as it did when it happened. And there is the end-over-end kick, and it's taken by the Trojans at the 13 to the 15 to the 20, and up to about the 30-yard line for Chambersburg.
Yeah, Hunter right there with the football, getting some yards for the Chambersburg Trojans. Hoover thus far, other than the interceptions, done a decent job for Chambersburg. And this be a nice feeling to have that lead going into halftime.
Boy, it sure would, but it's only a 4-point lead. Trojans will want to add to that. And this is Hoover. He'll hand the football off, and getting up over the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
36, Brandon Miller.
Miller been seeing a number of carries since Carter Edmondson was shaken up.
Yeah, I'm looking on the field right now. I don't see Edmondson out there. This is when you step up to get your opportunity to get in the football game.
$9:52 remaining till halftime. And this is going to be a handoff, and up to about the 35. Was that Miller again?
Looks like Miller also a couple yards. Had Jacob Harder there on the far left side of the field, 29 for the Trojans, lone receiver, and they decided to take it down the middle, didn't go anywhere with it. And here we go again for the Chambersburg Trojans, those third down conversions, 3rd and 6.
And the Trojans will need 6 to keep it alive right here. And quarterback Hoover rolls, he throws, has it off, and he's got Blevins at the 48-yard line. First down, Chambersburg Trojans. Or Blevins, or was that number 80?
The number 81, Spencer Seaman.
Seaman, yeah.
That was a great job by Hoover. Scrambling to the left. Scrambling but looking composed. He saw his 2 receivers downfield, Harder and Seaman, and threw a missile to Seaman. He catched it for a first down, even though Seaman did get tackled hard on that play, and the trainers are walking him off the field here. So Trojans getting some of their key guys getting nicked up here.
And the Trojans another big third down conversion. They are so huge as you get a fresh set of downs and opportunity to run some time and hopefully put some points up. And there's Miller again, and he's got a hole and a good one to the 45.
Yeah, we're finding something here as Miller is sneaking around the holes of the defense of Harrisburg. Luckily for Chambersburg, they got a decent amount of players on the sidelines. If somebody gets nicked up, they can bring them in. Unlike a team like James Buchanan, how many did they have last night? 21?
They had 21 players on the sideline. 21. They started the year with 33, as we did that Shippensburg JV game last night. And you got to feel bad for Andy Stoner and the James Buchanan Rockets. And there is the ball up to the 45-yard line. Really the numbers aren't there. And next week, James Buchanan is going up against Susquehanna Township, who throttled Bishop McDevitt, the number 1 team in the district. It's just not going to be a good situation, but they're next Friday at Rocket Stadium at Mercersburg.
So Mercersburg standing for Mercy probably in that game?
Mercy. They should start it from the beginning because, the Rockets are undermanned. There's just no question. And there's Miller. And Miller, boy, look at him fight and get those extra yards up to the 38-yard line. Great run there by Brandon Miller.
Yeah, we haven't really said much about him through this season. 5'6", he is a senior, 215 pounds. He's just having a great game thus far. Really muscling in through that line of Harrisburg.
Able to pick up those extra yards, and the Trojans, right now are having their way.
And keep that defense out there. Get them tired.
Yes, that's what you got to do. That's your best defense, is keeping your offense onto the field. And there is the handoff.
Number 36 on the carry.
And is that Miller again?
Yeah, it looks like it is. And this keeps the clock on ticking. You keep running the football. You're just not stopping the clock.
And it's key with Harrisburg because they're a passing team. For the most part, they rely on their air game. But, your running game can kind of change the complexion of that and slow things down a little bit for them. And so far, the Trojans have been able to do just that, leading 14-10. And this is Hoover back. He throws it up, and the pass is complete at the 30-yard line. A couple of yards shy of first down yardage.
Sam Blevins, everybody in the mix say good catches by the Trojans. Some of those passes have been a little high, able to time their jump, make a nice catch, 2 hands. And getting close to another first down, 1 yard to go for another fresh set of downs.
Thirty-yard line, third down and 1. And we'll see how Coach Mitchell, and there's Miller. He's got the first down to the 25. The Trojans just giving the Cougars a steady dose of Brandon Miller. And so far, the Cougars do not have an answer.
No, they'll have to make some adjustments because that's where Trojans have been handing the ball to. Miller's been feasting on the defensive line for the Cougars. Looks like Miller will finally get a break there. He's on the sideline.
Looks like we've hit the 5. Is that the 5-minute mark?
5-minute mark. It's been a quick here quarter.
And this is Edmondson this time, and he's got a big hole. Edmondson is down to the 10, and he's all the way to the 5-yard line. We hadn't seen Carter Edmondson the entire second quarter, and now he's in. Reels off a big run, and the Trojans in business again.
Yeah, great job by him. Nice finding the slant there to find the hole, able to get the yardage for another fresh set of downs, and also only 7 yards to go for a score.
First and goal for the Trojans at the 7-yard line, and Hoover, he'll hand it off, and that's Edmondson. He's 5'4", and down at about the 4-yard line.
Number 27 on the carry, Carter Edmondson.
And it's a 3rd down for the Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario here, get those 3 points extended to at least a touchdown lead.
Yeah, excuse me, 2nd down Trojans, 2nd and 3. Yes,
at least
able to get.
Yeah, you got to get some points here. This is a golden opportunity. And Taylor, he's been an excellent kicker here this year. But right now, they want 6.
And the handoff, and Edmondson, and touchdown, Chambersburg.
Looks like Miller there actually with the score, number 36.
So Brandon Miller takes it in, and what an impressive drive for Chambersburg. That started back on the way back
around the 28-yard line.
But they just constantly ran the ball right down Harrisburg's throat.
It looked like district playoff-like, the way they were playing there in that series.
Yeah, absolutely. Good series for the Chambersburg Trojans, and that kick is up, and it is good. And there's a break in the action with 3:38 to play to halftime. The score, Chambersburg 21, Harrisburg 10 on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751.
Short kick again by the Trojans, and it's taken by the Cougars, and Chambersburg right there at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Shaquan Anderson there going the wrong direction, as they're going to have their work cut out. Ball is going to be placed around the 33-yard line. This is a good mix of the offense, defense, giving the quarterback for Cougars a hard time. All the right ingredients for a 11-point lead.
And boy, this does not look like a team that is 1-7, Mike.
Not at all.
It's when you saw it, that last drive especially was just.
It was playbook.
Thing.
I mean, everything worked the way they designed it.
And now Anderson goes to the air, and the pass is up. It is complete at the 25-yard line over on the far side, but some good coverage there, too, from the Trojans.
Yeah, Darius Johnson was smothering number 13 Anderson, but he just leaped and got it. And I mean, one big play, he throws for over a 40-yard pass.
Yeah, it was Justin Carter on the reception. Harrisburg can strike quick. Make no mistake. They can strike quickly. And this is Anderson again to the air, and he's got his man. He's got a touchdown. And that looked like number 8, Justin Carter.
So Carter, number 8, 2 plays, and just like that, touchdown.
And it's back to a 4-point ball game.
Looks like Janani Hickerson, actually, number 6, not number 8.
Okay, so it was 6?
Yeah, number 6.
Yeah. And the Cougars in to attempt that extra point. The snap, the kick is down. It is up, and it is good. So there is a break in the action with the score. Chambersburg 21, Harrisburg 17 on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. Use home equity funds for big purchases or to pay off high-interest bills. Apply today and rake in even more savings with F&M Trust special introductory offer. Visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
The Chambersburg Trojans play here. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Back here in Harrisburg as the Chambersburg Trojans with a 21-17 lead over the Harrisburg Cougars.
And we talked about it before the game. Got to be consistent 4 quarters, not just 2. And here comes the Cougars creeping right back, only down by 4.
3:14 to go. You'd like to see Chambersburg put another drive together like that last one. And a end-over-end kick taken by the Trojans at the 25 up to the 30 to the 34-yard line. And on the return for Chambersburg is Joshua Honorat.
Delani Wickerson on the stop. Trojan ball on their own 30.
So the Trojans are back on the field sooner than they really wanted to be. And both of the scores of Harrisburg today have been what Harrisburg does, quick.
Yeah.
Very quick strikes.
And passes, too. It's long passes to start the drive, and then the quick ones to get in the end zone.
And handoff at this time. The Cougars stop. That's Carter Edmondson.
Yeah, stopped by Trevin Baltimore.
Brought down by number 51.
Inside of 3 minutes at 2:55 to go.
I don't believe both teams have used any timeouts here in the half, so those could be used here.
Yes, correct. Both teams have all 3 remaining. And motion to the Trojans. There's the pitch back to Darius Johnson. Johnson tries to sweep, but he can't do it. He wanted to sweep around the right, and it's going to get up to maybe the 34-yard line. And already the Trojans are faced with a 3rd down. They've had some big conversions. Remember in the last drive, that 3rd and 8 for the Trojans was the big key.
Well, this will be the biggest one. As Chambersburg, they want to talk it over because you got 12 yards to go here for a 1st down. You're deep in your own territory. The ball's only on the 33.
And you kick it, you're going to give it back to Harrisburg in a very good field position. Waste Management is committed to sustainability. When we use less, reuse more, and convert the materials we recover into new resources or energy, we improve business performance and reduce environmental impact. We believe that a successful business depends on a prosperous people and a thriving planet. To learn more about Waste Management's environmentally friendly technologies and innovations, visit www.wm.com. And 3.5 minutes remaining, and this is a big one, a 3rd and 12 for Chambersburg.
Oh, the flag.
And they're going to march off 5 more. That's delay of game, it looks like.
There's too many men on the field.
Oh, too many men.
How can you do that after a timeout?
After a timeout especially, yeah. That's just the kind of penalties that make you be 1-7, Mike. And this is Hoover, the quarterback, and he's going to fake the handoff and throw it to Edmondson. Edmondson is up to the 34-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. So the Trojans will have to punt it away. But yeah, she just came out of a timeout.
And you have 12 men on the field.
Yeah,
I saw the umpire. He started pointing and started counting.
Yeah.
And they threw a flag and marched it 5 yards back.
Obviously, that timeout had nothing to do with math.
No. Maybe addition.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But you need addition by subtraction. Right. One comes, one goes. Yeah. And the Trojans are getting set to punt it away at a timeout. Chambersburg.
Yep, they want to talk it over once again.
So Chambersburg will spend another timeout. And this broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on a home equity line of credit. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com, equal housing lender. And next Friday night, the Trojans put the lid on the 2015 season as they'll be in Mechanicsburg to take on the Cumberland Valley Eagles, a team that was shell-shocked in State College last night by the Little Lions.
So you know they'll be mad.
Yeah, they will be. They're not used to going up and losing to State College. Well, Cumberland Valley's not used to losing to anyone, but that one was rather big. And here comes the punt. The kick is going to be taken at the 35-yard line to the 40, 45, 50 down the sideline, 45. And I think he's going to rule he stepped out of bounds.
Also a flag on the field.
Back, at about the 48-yard line. Trojans slow getting up there.
Usually those type of flags in the backfield's blocking the back.
And that's Johnny Hickerson on the return. And we'll see what the officials...
It is on Harrisburg. 9 out of 10 times when the flag is thrown past the runner, something going on around the... They're going to call it a personal foul. It's 15 yards.
And speaking of math, the referee had to back up there a little bit and count some more. But this is a big one. And it's from the spot of the foul. And that's going to push the Cougars all the way back to the 38-yard line. That cost them, about 30, 40 yards there.
Yeah.
And that's where Anderson and company go to work. And the pass is off. It is incomplete at the 40-yard line, as that was intended.
Number 6, Hickerson. Hickerson has a touchdown today, the actual last score we've had in today's contest. Caught a 28-yard pass.
21-17. 4-point Trojan lead with 1 minute and 17 to play here to halftime. And there's the little swing pass and getting it out to the 30, 40, 45, up to midfield, breaking another tackle at the 50 and down to the 45-yard line.
Tariq Waters, 23. He's the one that had one of the interceptions, and looks like we got a host of Trojans on the field hurt.
There's 2 down Trojans.
74 and not quite what the other number is yet. But man, both are in a lot of pain. Xavier Navarro is one of them.
Wow, how often? 2 on one play. That is a rarity, and yes, indeed they are in some pain. Looks like they're checking the area of the knee. Yeah. Of course, it's been an injury-plagued weekend. Greencastle lost their outstanding quarterback, Spencer Myers, for the remainder of the season with a arm, shoulder injury. Injury or...
That's why I never understood teams that have a big lead keep their key players still in the game. It takes one play and your whole season's done.
Yes. I've never quite understood that either. And we were talking about that last night on the broadcast that Chambersburg did at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
And what was the score at that time?
The score was already like 42 or 35-0, 42. But they did take the players out at that time. But you're right, Mike. And we talked about it. The last thing you want to do in a situation like that is to have an injured ball player, especially if you're a team with so much on the line.
Right.
Now, how did we have 2 players at the same time injured.
I mean, they either bumped into each other, maybe, like a collision.
Too bad we can't replay. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can on the archive later.
Yeah.
Looks like Navarro, he's
getting up.
He's getting up, but gingerly, he's getting help from the coaching staff.
And the other Trojan still down there. Is an ankle they're looking at? Yeah. Said looking at the ankle on that, and that was number.
Still don't have a number. He immediately fell to the ground, and where we're sitting at.
Yeah, it's just kind of tough. We're totally blocked there. Now, if John can pick up a number there. Yep. The left ankle, we do know that. We are completely shielded. And now it looks like 8 or 9. Number 9 is Damian Roberts. Is that 9 or?
No, I still can't see.
Yeah, we just don't have an angle. You pretty sure 9? Yeah. Not able. And they're taking 2 players off the field at one, with the injuries. And there comes 2 replacements. It is number 9. Confirmed, Damian Roberts. He's a 5'10", 190-pound junior. 1:03 remaining. And this is quarterback Anderson, and he has it off and has it complete. He's got a first down to the
it's going to go to number 13, Shaquan Anderson. Anderson, he's been doing all kinds of damage to the Trojans today. Had that first play of the ball game.
Yes.
57 yards for catching a 57-yard pass. And after that, we both looked at each other and said, man, this might be a long game. But Trojans came storming back. In fact, had a 21-10 lead at one point.
Which is now 21-17. But Harrisburg threatening that. This has been a long couple of minutes here at the end of the...
yeah, because the second quarter was rolling with the running game. And now when we mentioned both teams had all their timeouts. And you don't want to waste them. You got to use them. So.
Yep, they're entitled to them, and it looks like there is another timeout called here. This broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. When you need extra funds this fall, pay less rate and get more great with the F&M Trust Home Equity Line of Credit. It's the ideal way to make large purchases or consolidate monthly bills. For details on F&M Trust special introductory offer, visit a community office or fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. So the Cougars with a first down and 27-yard line, and there's a throw over the middle, and that's going to be an easy touchdown for the Cougars. Complete to Davis, I think. Joel Davis.
What number is he, Gary?
Number 20.
All right, that's what we have. It doesn't look like number 20 on his jersey, but that's what the public BA announcer said as well. So
yeah, Joel Davis. But it wasn't 20. It's
but no matter what number it is, Cougars have taken the lead.
Yes, they have, and the extra point is good. And with that, the Cougars go up 24-21. So the Trojans, the Cougars, have answered with 2 touchdowns and a 24-21 Harrisburg lead after Chambersburg had played so well. But this is a familiar song for Chambersburg here in recent weeks. They start out real strong, and then
everything just starts to fade away. I mean,
and looks like about 38 seconds on the clock, and the Trojans will receive the kickoff from the Harrisburg Cougars. And that'll take place from the 40-yard line. And the Trojans take it back at the 15. And they're going to get knocked down at the 21-yard line. That's Honorat for Chambersburg.
And he got stuffed by Jahoney Hickerson. I mean, he is just pumped up. As soon as the football was caught, he was ready for him. Man, did he get stuffed. So for the Trojans, you don't want to do anything too risky. Only down by 3 points, you got the ball deep in your own territory.
And you will have the ball to start the second half. And an empty backfield. Hoover will throw the pass off, and the pass is incomplete. Fortunately.
Why would you want to do that? A little pass down the middle, and you have 3 defenders just waiting for it.
Yeah, that's...
Do what you've done the whole half. Hand off the football.
And they've done it very successfully here in the first half. Yeah, that was a dangerous play. Empty backfield again. And this time they do hand the football off Darius Johnson. And that's going to be up to the 26-yard line. And third down already.
Play a timeout once again.
Chambersburg uses their third and final timeout. And we'll take a timeout also with 25 seconds to go to halftime. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local Waste Management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football
on midpennbroadcasting.com.
Harrisburg with a 24-21 lead on the Trojans as we are 25 seconds away from halftime and a final 2 minutes. It seems like it's taken a half hour to play here.
I need my razor. I've grown a full beard waiting on this done.
And it's not over yet. It's over under center. And he'll hand the ball off this time. And Carrier getting up to about the 30-yard line.
Should be enough for one more play.
Yeah, it's about 17 seconds now, and yes, one more play here should do it. And now they...
Or if, I think with the 25-second game clock, there was about 21 seconds.
Yeah.
So they don't need to do another play here.
Yeah, so the Trojans just will call it a half, and parts of the half were extremely good for Chambersburg. They go into the locker room trailing Harrisburg. It's Harrisburg 24, Chambersburg 21 on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Side Tech, campus of Harrisburg High School.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. Use home equity funds for big purchases or to pay off high-interest bills. Apply today and rake in even more savings with F&M Trust special introductory offer. Visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently. If only. No regrets. If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie Rate Lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change a car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at AntrimInspa.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to jdpower.com.
Erie Insurance.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local Waste Management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30 on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Halftime show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. We are at the half. It is a 24-21 lead for the Harrisburg Cougars, a game in which the Trojans at one time led by 11 points at 21-10. Harrisburg has scored 2 unanswered touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, it really has been a crazy game. So thus far, I guess you get that for a Halloween game. Anything can happen. First play of the game for Harrisburg had the football, and 17 seconds went by, and guess what? They put 7 points on the board. 57-yard pass to Anderson Butts. And then it got really interesting there. A fumble, and then the Chambersburg Trojans were able to recover. And then Josh Hornerat at the 8:03 mark with one play, able to get the football from a fumble, another fumble, 17 yards to go in to make it 7-6. Taylor's extra point was good, made it 7-7. Trojans weren't done. A 5-play drive, as we talked about. Hoover looking good so far in this contest. They had a 5-play drive, and Carter Edmondson able to go in with the 2-yard catch, made it 13-7. Extra point good, 14-7. And that went into the second quarter, and then a field goal by the Cougars made it a 14-10 contest. And then we saw a gentleman named Brandon Miller, and he just took over there early on in the second quarter, just running and moving and grooving through the defense of Harrisburg. And he was able to get a touchdown 4 yards into the end zone, made it 21-10. But then here comes the Cougars, and we knew they weren't done. I mean, they averaged close to 35 points a game. And they were able to get a touchdown by Hickerson. He had a nice pass catch, 28 yards, and it was just 2 plays. And that's what Harrisburg does. They make these big plays. They make a 40-yard long pass complete, and then they made a 28-yard pass into the end zone. So Hickerson got his first touchdown of today at the 3:14 mark. And then Joel Davis ran in at the 48-second mark here at the half. They made it 23-21 extra point good, 24-21, and that's our score right now here at halftime as Church is still in the contest. But again, they did have a 21-10 lead.
Yes, they had that lead, and they will get the ball to start the third quarter. So hopefully the Trojans can get some offense going. A big part of that was that long, sustaining drive they had. That did put them up by that 11 points there. They need a few more of those here in the second half. As Harrisburg, you talked about, they can strike so quickly, and we have seen that displayed on a few occasions here already this afternoon as the Cougars, with that lead of 24-21 over the Chambersburg Trojans. And we'll take a look around the league, around the Mid-Penn Commonwealth from last night. The big one we've talked about here a few times, and that is State College defeating Cumberland Valley by a score of 21-7. He also had Central Dolphins shutting out Mifflin County 42-0. And the CD East Panthers, in another high-scoring affair for Carlisle, defeated the Thundering Herd 35-28. And over in the Mid-Penn Colonial, Waynesboro just completely destroyed Greencastle last night, 53-19.
Not destroyed, completely destroyed.
Yeah, completely. It was. I don't know the last time that Greencastle has been a victim of the mercy rule, for one thing, and they were last night, but it was not good. Spencer Myers got injured in the first quarter. They were already without Demetrius Burton, who was not at the game for various reasons, and without Burton, and then Myers going down, and things snowballed for the Blue Devils. And for the second week in a row, the Blue Devils have had it handed to them, first by Northern and then by Waynesboro.
Was there a good quote again by Coach Tanenis for this week's defeat? Because I like the one he had against the Polar Bear.
We just got our budget tonight. Yeah, so that was a great quote. There's. I haven't seen anything yet close to that.
Right. Or maybe it was censored. I didn't want
right. But that summed it up. That quote: "We got our butts kicked tonight." Mm-hmm. Regardless of what we said, nobody could have said it any better than Chuck right there, because that hit the nail on the head.
Especially on a homecoming game.
On a homecoming game, yes. And he could have used the same thing for Waynesboro. Only put again behind it. But Greencastle, for the second year in a row, is faltering down the stretch. And they have already fallen out of the rankings. They're already down to number 18. And they'll play Shippensburg next week. And it's Shippensburg. They moved into the number 13 slot that was occupied by Greencastle. And now, even with a victory, it would be a long shot for Greencastle to make the playoffs, and Shippensburg almost assuredly will with a victory over Greencastle as they play next Friday night against a battered Blue Devil team. 49-0, Shippensburg defeated James Buchanan, and I don't think I could have imagined that Greencastle was going to surrender more points than James Buchanan going into those football games last night. And then it was East Pennsboro defeating Big Spring by a score of 42-3, and Lower Dolphin in one of those crossover games that don't always turn into a good ball game. Lower Dauphin defeats Northern by a score of 38-7. And next week in Week 10, it'll be Central Dauphin at CD East. Chambersburg will be at Cumberland Valley. It'll be State College at Mifflin County, and Carlisle will be here at Severance Field 1 week from today, next Saturday, to take on the Harrisburg Cougars. As far as the Colonial goes, it's a showdown next week, a big one. East Pennsboro at Northern York. Winner will become the Colonial Division champions. Both are undefeated. We mentioned Shippensburg at Greencastle, and Waynesboro still with an outside chance of the playoffs, and their rankings were not completely updated, but going into last night they were number 18, so they may get a little bit of a slide up from that victory over Greencastle. And then Susquehanna Township at James Buchanan next week. As far as the rankings go in the Quad Ace Commonwealth teams, Central Dauphin is ranked number 1. Cumberland Valley slipped to number 8. CD East is at number 10. Harrisburg number 14. Carlisle at number 16. State College and Mifflin County will make playoffs in their District 6 as everybody goes. And the only one that's going to be left out of the party is going to be the Chambersburg Trojans. What they can do is play spoiler. They have a chance to possibly knock 2 teams out in 2 weeks with victories. And here this afternoon, we've got a good one. Harrisburg leads the Chambersburg Trojans by a score of 24-21. And we'll be back after these messages on the Antrim Insurance Halftime Report on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently, if only. No regrets! If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie Rate Lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change a car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at AntrimINSPA.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to JDPower.com.
Erie Insurance. Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. With the home equity line of credit from F&M Trust, you can pay less rate and add more great to your life. Get extra funds to pay off high-interest bills, tackle home remodeling projects, or make other big purchases. Apply today and you'll rake in even more savings with F&M Trust's special introductory rate. For details, connect with any local branch or visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Trane dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Ellison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk
on midpennbroadcasting.com. You're listening to Trojans Football with Gary Klein and Mike Berger on midpennbroadcasting.com.
Penn State Nittany Lions have moved out in front of Illinois by a score of 22-0 with 10:36 to go in the third quarter at Beaver Stadium this afternoon. So far, the Nittany Lions with a following up that victory over Maryland with a very good performance against the Fighting Illini. And the second half is just a few minutes away, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff right after this break on the Antrim Insurance Halftime Report on midpennbroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. Use home equity funds for big purchases or to pay off high-interest bills. Apply today and rake in even more savings with F&M Trust special introductory offer. Visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
When you're ready to break away from the routine and step into a hassle-free world of fun and adventure, Klein Tours is the partner you need to make fantasy a reality. For more than 20 years, Klein Tours Incorporated has taken care of all the details for people traveling from the four-state region of South Central Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, and Winchester, Virginia area. Whether you're looking for a 1- or 2-day tour to the bright lights of New York City or the fun and excitement of Atlantic City, we've got you covered. And we offer special bonus packages so you can get more for your hard-earned dollar. Klein Tours is not only your source for major sports events and tickets to Broadway shows, we also offer multi-day air trips to destinations like Las Vegas and New Orleans. Subscribe to our newsletter for travel updates, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Our online travel center features real-time availability and purchasing is easy. Tours can also be reserved by phone at 717-597-5997.
This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet.
MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Halftime Report has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. And if the second half is anything like the first half, we could be in for quite a finish here this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Both teams showing some stuff on the offensive side as Chambersburg will get the ball to start the second half.
And the Cougars, a short kick that goes out of bounds with the flag. And so the Trojans will have they may just accept that with the penalty. Yeah.
Some key stats from that half, Gary, that I wanted to mention. The Chambersburg Trojans had 109 rushing yards. Harrisburg had -5. So that's key on the rushing side, and that's Michael Bullock. You can follow him at the Bull, P_N, giving some key stats today. Trojans also had 11 first downs versus Harrisburg 8, which we don't see that a lot. Trojans leading the first down category.
No, it's not. And -5 rushing for Harrisburg. And there's a handoff. And those are the kind of first down runs you need. And that is Miller on the carry for Chambersburg to the 40. 5 yards on first down makes it a whole lot simpler.
And the weather has got a little different. It was beautiful and sunny and not windy, and now it's clouded up and a little breezy.
Yeah, and it is fall still. A great day for football, and there is Miller, the ball carrier.
And Brandon Miller, we saw a lot of him there in the second quarter. He had 56 yards of rushing in the first half.
3rd down and 4 yards to go. On that Trojan touchdown drive, it was pretty much Miller, for the entire drive. But if you're going to have that right here, you need your first down. Very key here for the Chambersburg Trojans. They're facing a 3rd and 4. And hand off again, and this is Darius Johnson, and he's got it, and then some. He's loose to the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. He goes all the way. Darius Johnson on 3rd and 4 with a 59-yard touchdown scamper for the Chambersburg Trojans to put the Trojans back on top. 27-24.
Darius Johnson, it looked like he was just taking his time, just trying to get that yards for the first down, and just saw a hole, and the afterburners went, and he went down the sideline going 59 yards, and just like that, we said Trojans had the ball to start the half, and man, did they capitalize.
And there's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 10:34 to go, quarter number 3, the score is no good. The kick was missed, so they did miss the kick. 27-24, and that could turn out to be big for the Chambersburg Trojans. So the kick was missed, and the Trojans now with just a 3-point lead in the ball game. And this game is brought to you by F&M Trust. Get less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on a home equity line of credit. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. 3-point lead for the Trojans at 27-24. And now the thing is, Trojans need to come right back and play some defense here. And that is a very short kick. Harrisburg bobbles it, but I think they'll recover it. I'm not sure it went the required 10 yards anyway.
Yeah, it was very questionable there. It was a short kick. Trojans trying to get a fumble there, which there was 3 fumbles in the first half of this contest, and but that might not be now not a very smart play, because now you got the Harrisburg on their playing field on the 49-yard line.
Yes, that's the downside of it right there. You give Harrisburg an extremely short field to work with. And there's going to be movement.
And they might have 5 yards back from that. A lot of movement from the Harrisburg squad.
And it looks like they are going to move it back 5. Back to the 46-yard line.
Harrisburg has the ball. Your own 46-yard line, first and about 15.
And Anderson, the quarterback, scampering to his left, and he is going to be knocked down back at the 39-yard line for a loss.
Man, great defense by the Chambersburg Trojans. Bailey Leedy, part of that. Also 81, Spencer Seaman. And we talked about it. The rushing attack for the Cougars is not an attack. They were in the negative as statistical category there at halftime, and it's not getting much better after that play.
And that'll just tack onto it. Yeah.
It's going to be second and double sticks.
Yeah.
They got 22 yards now to go for a first down.
A huge loss on that play after the penalty. And there is the screen pass, and up over the 40 to the 41, 42-yard line on the carry is Davis.
So now you got a fourth down situation for Harrisburg. Check it, third down, 3rd and 18 still, a big third down play here.
You're the Trojans. You don't want to let them off the hook right here. At 3rd and 18, you have a chance to get the Cougars 3 and out and get the ball back. Empty backfield. And this is Anderson, and another whistle.
Looks like another procedural play against the Cougars.
So that'll move it back 5 more. Third and 23.
Illegal procedures. Bringing up the 3rd down, 23.
And Anderson again standing all alone as it's going to be a pass. And no, he's going to take and run it, and he's up over the 50, 45, and is going to get up to just shy of the 40-yard line with a flag, couple of yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, a couple yards shy, but I think this might be coming back about 15. Looks like an after the play on sportsmanlike. A little tackling after the play was down, whistled. And that's what it's going to be against Harrisburg. So a huge play by the quarterback, finding the hole, getting close to a first down. You know they're going to go for it there at 4th down. But now they're going back 15 yards. A lot of penalties here by the Cougars.
And so that will be a 3rd and... Is that loss of down? That should be loss of down. The sticks say 4th down. And yes, it's 4th and 23.
It looks like the scoreboard's confused.
Yeah, but on a personal foul, it's a loss of down, and the snap is high, and the kick is down, and it's going to be downed at the 24-yard line. Yeah, the scoreboard's still confused. They've got 3rd and 17.
And the clock's still ticking.
Yeah, it's ticking away during... Wonder if anybody noticed that, and they'll put some time back on.
But anyways, for Chambersburg, they're getting the ball back up by 3 points. And that's when the Cougars, I mean, they had the ball in good position on their own 49, and they're the reason why they got themselves in a situation.
And there's the handoff again. This is Brandon Miller. Very little yardage that time.
Number 17, Ukraine Andrews.
So Trojans just one back, Miller in the backfield behind. Motion now, Darius Johnson, and it's given to Miller, and he's got a hole. He's at the 40, and almost to the midfield stripe to the 49-yard line. Play worked well for Chambersburg. They used Johnson in motion, and then gave the ball to Miller.
Wow, Miller's just putting on a clinic how to run the football, finding the gaps in the defense of the Harrisburg team. And if you're looking on GameTimePA.com, the Cougars have their hands on their hips. They're exhausted as the Trojans. They're just running and pushing the football down the field.
Up to the 46-yard line on that run by Miller. And there's a handoff again, Brandon Miller. And he's going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. We talked about the size of the offensive line, but the Trojans, they're just going around it. Yeah. Just make a detour. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's not going to be much up the middle, but the Trojans have sure exploited the outside. And a 27-24 lead. Second down and 11 yards to go. They have marched to their own 46-yard line. And again, motion for the Trojans. This time, they give it and taking it up the middle. That's Johnson.
That's going to be enough for a first down.
It is. All the way for another Trojan first down. Trojans have 4 touchdowns today, 27 points on the board. A missed extra point. So Hoover will hand the ball off, and that's Miller again to the 40. We've not seen Warren Lee today, have we?
We have not. So Miller definitely taking his place because he likes to run the football as well, and Edmondson got banged up there in the first half.
He's been back, though, for a few plays.
Yeah. But I don't think Miller's seen as much playing time if Edmondson wasn't banged up here. He's really shining here.
He's taking advantage of it. It's been a great day for Miller, and this time they read it perfectly. The Cougars.
Miller brought down by Damian Barber.
A little too much Miller. Now there's defense starting to adjust, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Trojans.
3rd and 10 for the Trojans on the Cougars, 44-yard line.
And the Trojans have killed some clock here. It's at 4:35 in the third quarter.
It's a brand new clock here. I can't believe you can't read those numbers.
Well, it's very difficult, yeah. I think it was like that a couple of years ago, if I remember.
I think Joe Theismann threw some footballs out here when that scoreboard was in.
The quarterback back, he's got it off complete to Johnson, 40. He's to the 30. Johnson still on his feet, 20, 10, and he's to the 5. Touchdown, Trojans. Another outstanding run, this time from Darius Johnson as he weaved his way from the right of the field all the way to the left through Harrisburg defenders, and the Trojans are on the board again.
He made the Cougars dizzy on that play. He was on the sideline there. He could have been pushed out of bounds. Instead, he made a straight shot to the right side and just kept running to the middle of the field into the end zone. Second TD here in the quarter.
And the snap, the kick is up, and this one is good. And the Trojans have a 10-point lead at 34-24 with 4:05 to play here in the third quarter. And it's just been a whale of an afternoon for the Chambersburg Trojans and a great football game so far. And you just take a deep breath and hope that the Trojans can hang on and come away with a victory today.
Yeah, I mean, they got 34 points now. They had 35 points last week. I mean, they're starting to put some points on the board. They just wish they would have had some of those to carry on throughout the beginning of the year, and we might be talking a different story than a 1-7 squad.
Yes, we very well would. This Trojan team has gotten better and better, and I know, Ed Gottwalls, and when we talked to him on Chalk Talk, he, brought that to the forefront about how well the Trojans, how much better that they have looked here in recent weeks, and you could see it coming throughout the season. Very small step. Former coach Mark Saunders always called it a roller coaster, up and down, a few steps forward, couple back, but now the Trojans on the offensive side here the last few weeks have looked like a good football team.
Yeah, they definitely making the games interesting. I mean, bottom line is you don't want to do a game or be part of a contest where they're getting blown out. It's just no fun.
Yeah.
And we talked about the competitiveness, the bigger echelon of teams in this Mid-Penn. They want Chambersburg to be good because that really brings out the best of everyone. This, in a competitive game, when you're going to know you're going to blow somebody out, you're just not going to be in the same mindset.
Yeah,
I mean, mental is the key in football, especially against your competition.
And let me say, kids know what's going on. You may want to hide it and try to say, not to take this team lightly. Swing and the around the right side and up to the 30-yard line on that carry. But the youngsters today, they read, they see the same thing we do. They know when they're playing a powerhouse, and they know when they have a team that they're playing that they're going to walk away with a victory in.
Right.
Yeah. And it's
The 50-50 raffle ticket winner, 3493.
first down and 10 for the Harrisburg Cougars. Trojans need a stop here of the Cougars in this series to get the ball back, and that one's over and completed.
It says incomplete. Looks like it was on the ground.
Incomplete.
Bounce.
Okay, it did bounce.
Intended receiver Austin Mitchell.
Next to the finish form.
And the one thing Chambersburg has been able to do today is hang on to that football. The time of possession has to favor Chambersburg greatly. And they need to keep that up here for another 3:40 of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. And there's the pass. This is off. This one is complete. And that is Austin Mitchell again, just over the 40.
It'll be close to a first down, and it is.
And it looks like now Shaquan Anderson is just doing, the little short passes, to come out, the little outs, and to come out and pick up his first downs, because there's virtually no running game whatsoever for the Cougars.
Right, and he's a guy that can run. I mean, he's one that's known to take the ball himself. He doesn't find the open man and make some moves down the field, but Trojans' defense has been stellar, keeping that running game to a minimum.
And this is Anderson, and he's going to try to run this one, and without much success, he is going to be down at the 43-yard line.
A great read by the Chambersburg Trojan defense. As the quarterback, Shaquan Anderson, had nowhere to go. In fact, stayed at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 with 3:10 to go here in the third quarter.
And the Cougars will face a second down and about 10 yards to go here, 2nd and 10. And Anderson is back. He throws, and it's complete to the 50. And down at the 44-yard line, that is Jahani Hickerson.
Hickerson with a touchdown today. And for the Trojans, they're marching downfield, but not big gains like they've been. I mean, these little 5 or 6 yard passes, it's getting the clock keep ticking. And as long as the Cougars don't score, I mean, that'll work.
Yes, I think the biggest favor the Cougars could do is go down the field slowly.
Right. I mean, they're doing these little 5-6 yard passes.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're only down by 10. They
right.
know they have plenty of time, but yeah, that plays into Chambersburg's hands too at what they want to do. And the pass is off, and it is complete down the sideline. Loose football on the field. White jerseys around it. The Trojans have it. Another turnover, another Harrisburg fumble.
Just too many moves there by Austin Mitchell. He got the catch and wanted to try to get another yard or two, and just lost handle. Trojans knocked it away. Now talking about taking your time. Trojans can take their time with the football. Don't. Yeah. They're up by 10. Make a nice signature drive like they did there in the second quarter. Take time off the clock and keep the defense out there.
Yeah, just take it slowly. Take as much time as possible, and you could build up. It's now a 10-point lead. A 17-point lead. You got a 3-score ball game. Yeah, and there's a flag down.
A procedural penalty on the Trojans.
And that'll move it back 5. Although back to the 32-yard line, their own 32. And there's a handoff. This is Brandon Miller. And he'll get a yard or two. Be a second down and 13. We are closing in under 2 minutes in the third quarter.
Second down and 13.
That's Miller with the football, and a flag accompanies it. And it's up over the 35-yard line.
And we have a Cougar on the ground hurt. He's holding his left leg.
Boy, we've had a lot of down ball players today on both sides, Mike. And another one right here with the Cougars. And while they tend to the injured player, we'll take a break. This is the F&M Trust, the sports network on midpenbroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at the Van Halen Timber Gymnasium, the 8th...
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently, if only. No regrets! If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie Rate Lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change a car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at AntrimInspa.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to JDPower.com.
Erie Insurance.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Jerry Clyde, Mike Berger back with you. It's a 3rd and 14 here for the Chambersburg Trojans as they try to capitalize after the turnover by Harrisburg. And now we're going to get a Trojan timeout.
Trojan ball time.
Yeah, so it is a Trojan timeout. So we'll take another break. If the score, Chambersburg 34, Harrisburg 24 on the F&M Trust, the sports network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. With the home equity line of credit from F&M Trust, you can pay less rate and add more great to your life. Get extra funds to pay off high-interest bills, tackle home remodeling projects, or make other big purchases. Apply today and you'll rake in even more savings with F&M Trust's special introductory rate. For details, connect with any local branch or visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30 on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace.
This is quarterback Caden Hoover. He rolls back and puts a wobbly pass up in the air, and it's going to be intercepted by the Cougars.
So you had an injury timeout. You had the chance to talk to your teammates. Then you take your own timeout. And then you throw a ball in the middle of the field, and it gets intercepted.
And out of their last timeout, if you remember, they came out with too many men on the field. So there's not been a very productive timeouts here today, Mike. This is a throw up and deep. It is going to be incomplete, as that was intended for Austin Mitchell.
Yeah, a little contact there, but well past when the ball was thrown over both their heads. So Harrisburg is trying to go for it here, take a chance, throw a bomb.
And that's worked for them a few times today.
Like the first play of the game?
Yeah, the first play of the game. We barely knew the game had started, and Harrisburg was on, on the board. And this is, again, Anderson. He's got some running room this time to the 30, 20, and he's going to be out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And that will stop the clock with 35 seconds to go, third quarter. So the Cougars on the move this time.
Yeah, Anderson making that nice play, getting some running room.
And again, this is Anderson going left, has it, and almost intercepted on the goal line. Knocked away by the Trojans.
Yeah, and guess who that was? Darius Johnson. He's all over the field today. Had 2 touchdowns here in the third and almost a big interception.
And that's going to bring up a third down and 10 for the Cougars. Third and 10 for Harrisburg. And quarterback Anderson throws. It is incomplete, and this will be third. It was second down, so now third down and 10 yards to go.
Receiver intended was Austin Mitchell. Straight shot down to the middle of the end zone there, and just a little too far to the right.
And how many turnovers in this ball game, Mike? There's got to be at least 6.
6, at least 6.
By both teams. Turnovers have been a factor today. And this is Anderson again. And he'll now keep it himself and throw the football off, and he's got a man, an easy touchdown over in the corner of the end zone. That was Jeray Anderson for the touchdown, and the Cougars strike back.
And it seems like the Cougars, when they get these touchdowns, the men are wide open. I mean, Dre Anderson, he is all by himself there around the 8-yard line, got the catch, and it's kind of rolled in easily. There's some missed coverage play, it looks like, on that one.
So the Cougars are, if they connect on this extra point, it'll be a 3-point ball game once again. The snap, the kick is down, it is up, it is good. And with 29 seconds to go in the third quarter, it is a 34-31 lead for the Chambersburg Trojans. In 1 year, Waste Management managed enough recycled material to fill the Empire State Building 27.2 times. With experience like that, we are bound to have a program that can help your business recycle. Talk to Waste Management or visit www.wm.com today. On behalf of Waste Management's Greencastle Hauling, best of luck to the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils and the Chambersburg Trojans. Here we are with
a lot of football to play, Gary.
We do.
Good hour at least.
Quarter, yeah, most likely, and we're already hitting the 2-hour mark, so we could be here a while. And that's an end-over-end kick taken by the Trojans back on the 11. They're at the 20, 25, 30. And up to the 31-yard line on the return. And the Trojans are going to need one of those drives we talked about, Mike.
Yeah, nothing sloppy, no short passes in the middle of the field. You know, just do what you've been doing. I mean, Brandon Miller has really stepped up in this contest. Darius Johnson. Keep going what's been working for you.
And that will be the handoff and be good for a yard or so up over the 35 to the 34.
And I'll probably end the third quarter there with that play.
So that will be the final play of the third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play, as they wind down, yes, indeed, it is the final. After 3 quarters of play, it's Chambersburg 34, Harrisburg 31 on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network, on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently, if only. No regrets. If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie Rate Lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change a car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at AntrimInspa.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to JDPower.com.
Erie Insurance.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
We are back here at Harrisburg, and Penn State is going ahead 32-0 right now over the Fighting Illini. 32-0, the Nittany Lions. Here in Harrisburg, the Chambersburg Trojans lead the Cougars in the fourth quarter, 34-31. Other than Mifflin County, one of the Trojans had a fourth quarter lead this year.
It's been a while, Gary.
Or the last 2 years, I should say.
Have to get the official books out.
And there is quarterback Hoover. He's got it off complete. He's got a man. He's got a first down. over the 50 into Cougar territory to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon Miller, nice catch there, a couple yards back.
49-yard line.
So it'll be another first down for the Trojans.
Down by number 32, Jai Bernie.
And this is quarterback Miller, Miller on the ground up to the 45-yard line.
Brandon Miller on the cover, pick up about 4. Second and 6 for the Trojans.
That'll be second and 6.
Down by number 32, Jai Bernie.
Yeah, Trojans, take your time. That's what they're doing. They're getting in the huddle. They got 25 seconds per play. Use as much as you can off each one.
Use them all at this point. The less time you get that explosive offense of Harrisburg on the field, the better. Miller again, and Miller is up over the 40 to the 39-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. Third and 1. Right now, first down, fresh set of downs, and
that's how you do it.
Let that clock roll.
Only problem is, if you get a fumble or a turnover here, you're only up by 3 points.
That's it. I mean, this is anybody's ball game, no question. And the Trojans, they'll get the first down. Forward progress, keeper by Caden Hoover. And the Trojans do get that new set of downs. And they've done a good job, Mike. We're down to 9:32. They were able to run 2.5 off on that.
Yeah, timeouts could be a big factor as well. Each team at least have a couple. They don't have it on the scoreboard officially here, but I know that there is a couple to play with.
And that one is a handoff and up to the 35-yard line. 34, but a good first down run, 4 yards, second down and 6. Second and 6 for the Trojans. Down to 8:30 to play. And motion left for the Trojans. And this is Johnson handing off again to Miller, and he barrels his way up to the 31-yard line.
And he's getting 3 to 4 yards per carry there. A couple of those, he goes some first downs.
Yeah. And it's going to be a 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4.
The band's trying their best to get their crowd into it here.
And see if the Trojans can keep the drive alive here on 3rd and 4. And Hoover, he'll pitch it back around the right side, and the Trojans do have first down yardage.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. Johnson knocked out of bounds. It looks like he has it.
Yeah, he just, I thought he got it. It looked like he hit the sticks right there as he went out of bounds. So.
Down by number 17. First and 10.
7:35. What you need is a touchdown out of this.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. And make it a 2-score.
The field goal still isn't going to help much.
Yeah, right. It's, yeah.
I mean, it helps. It means they got to score at least a touchdown.
Yeah. Right now, it's a 4-point game, or a 3-point game, 34-31. And this is quarterback Hoover. He's going to go back and take the loss at the 40 on the quarterback sack by Harrisburg.
Yeah, the forward progress at least helps a little bit. Still going to be loss of yardage.
Yeah, it'll be loss. Yeah, it does help a great deal. Okay, it's 2nd
And 15.
Well, not a whole big deal, but yeah. It's the progress there, yeah. Cougars win that battle. And we're under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. The Trojans have one classic drive today, and hopefully this is another one here. And this is Hoover, and he'll have it off. He's got it complete at the 40. Johnson, and there goes the football out, and oh no, the Cougars have recovered it. Still another fumble.
Just trying to do too much with the football. Johnson got the catch. It was low, the throw from Hoover, and he tried to make one juke move to the right, spun around, and just lost the football.
And there it was. The Trojans had done so well.
And doing football might cost a loss in the game.
It very well could. What you need to not only kill the clock, but get some points. And the Trojans did everything but the points. .6:49 in the ball game, and this is Anderson throws, and the pass is incomplete. And the Trojans, with a big effort there, it looks like Spencer Seaman got a hand on it.
Yeah, it's going for Mitchell Austin, the quarterback for the Cougars, and needed a step ladder for that one. It's way over his head. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I believe that's a 6 on the clock there, 6:39.
6:39.
Yeah.
They just put that clock in this morning, Gary.
Yeah. A morning 50 years ago, maybe. And there's the quarterback running out of bounds at the 45-yard line. With 6:03 to go, 41 is where they spot the football. A 34-31 Trojan lead as the band plays on beside us.
Yeah, they
give us a nice background.
Right. Definitely feels like a high school football game.
And the quarterback throws. He's got it off, and he has a complete 30. Down to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Harrisburg regains the lead.
Shaquan Anderson. He's the one that had the first play of the game touchdown, number 13.
Yeah.
He has good hands, I tell you. He can reach and grab that football, and he just went past two defenders of the Chambersburg Trojans, and now they're up by 3 points.
And on the pass again from quarterback Yamar Wilkerson, and the Cougars have taken the lead 37-34 at the moment. But now they're trying to, right here, make it a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, big extra point here.
It is. The one the Trojans missed still could come back to haunt them, there's no question. And the snap kick is up, the kick looks good, and the kick is good. So, now with 6:29 remaining in the ball game, it's the Harrisburg Cougars 38, Chambersburg 34 on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. Use home equity funds for big purchases or to pay off high-interest bills. Apply today and rake in even more savings with F&M Trust special introductory offer. Visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
MidPennBroadcasting.com. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Harrisburg Cougars have overcome 2 deficits today and have taken the lead on the Trojans by a score of 38-34. As we have 6:29 remaining in the ball game.
Some costly turnovers hurt Chambersburg.
And that was one that was very expensive for the Trojans, as it resulted in points for the Cougars. And the football taken back at the 20 and up to the only about the 24-yard line. And on the return is number 3 for Chambersburg, Austin Kopp. So the Trojans will go back to the drawing board again here.
And we were talking last possession, take your time. You have a 10-point lead. Now you got to score. So, I mean,
now you got
to run down the field. You got ball. You got 70 yards to try to get a touchdown.
You're down 38-34. And they no gain on that play.
Brandon Miller.
Well, the Harrisburg Cougars have to be pumped right now. And this is quarterback Hoover. And Hoover will hand the football off, but to Miller again, but the Cougars read it again.
Seems like it's been too much Miller here. The defense, they've turned up a notch. We talked about how they're big, strong, but as far as going around them, it's been at ease for the Trojans, but all of a sudden, Cougars know exactly what they're throwing at them, and we got a 3rd and 12.
And the Trojans need a first down here, as the clock is down to close to 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. And there's the pass from Hoover, and it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete at the 36-yard line, and the Trojans are going to be forced to punt it away with exactly 5 minutes remaining.
10 receiver Sam Blevins, another middle of the field scenario. Just have his reach, good coverage there by the Cougars. Other games going on. Penn State up 38-0. 6 minutes to go in the 4th. Now it's 39-0.
And that's the 4th quarter Penn State's in?
6:33 left, that's correct.
That started an hour before we did.
Right.
And it may end before this one. It's now 4:59. 1 second has been run off the clock. And
Harrisburg called a timeout.
As they have the ball back, and they'll try to put some points to stretch their lead here. The Cougars, up by 4 points at 38-34. And this broadcast is brought to you by F&M Trust. When you need extra funds this fall, pay less rate and get more great with the F&M Trust home equity line of credit. It's the ideal way to make large purchases or consolidate monthly bills. For details on F&M Trust special introductory offer, visit a community office today. Equal housing lender. And there's the punt, and it's going to take it a very good Chambersburg roll all the way back to their 20-yard line of the Trojans. And that punt came from, the 20? Yeah,
around the 20-yard line.
20-yard line, so you have a 30. You got what amounts to about a 60-yard punt.
That's what, like you said, it's what the Trojans need. Get the Harrisburg Cougars back way in their own territory. Only problem is they have the lead with 4:45 to play with.
Trojans maybe try to force another turnover. And this is the quarterback handing off, and the stop at the 20-yard line. Trojans there at the 20 to bring it down.
You know what Harrisburg wants to do? They're going to try to do something they don't like to do, run the football. Yeah. Run the football is going to keep the clock going.
And they're going to attempt to do that. And they have not been able to do it successfully except for the quarterback all afternoon. And that is the handoff. And again, the Trojans stuff it out right at the 20-yard line.
I mean, for the Cougars, they want to run the football, but they got to go somewhere with the ball. Here they are, having moved, in fact, a yard back, 3rd and 11. They're going to give Trojans plenty of time to do something.
And look for the Cougars to go to the air this time to get the first down. We'll see. Big play right here. This is huge. And this will be the quarterback. He's got some time. He's rolling. There's a flag down at the 10. And we'll see what that flag is about.
I'm not sure what it is. Could have been a hold. Yes, it is on Harrisburg.
So it will be a hold on the Cougars.
It's going to be 3rd and 21.
And
unless the Trojans want to decline the penalty, of course. I would do that, make it 4th down.
They would, and I think they will if in fact it is. He did not get the first down. Well, yes, you would want to decline that.
Nope.
And yeah. And that's what they do. And Harrisburg.
We're going to have to punt the football, of course.
They are going to have to punt, is absolutely right. It's a 4th and 11. And the Trojans possibly can get it back in pretty good field position. And the high snap and the kick is up. And short one with a flag down right at the kicker.
Man, I hope that's not roughing the kicker.
That's what is on my mind, Mike, at the 39-yard line. I have a feeling that's what we're going to get here. The flag in that backfield, and it went down just as the kicker did. So
it is. It's roughing the kicker on Chambersburg. Wow.
That could be a mistake that turns the ball game to Harrisburg. Now, I think there's 2 types of penalties, one for an intentional and what could still end up being 4th down, or is it automatic first down in high school?
I think it does depend on the type of enforcement as the officials. I think they want to talk about too.
It was 4th and 12, and they are marching it off. Yeah, it's going to be the 5-yard penalty.
All right, Trojans got lucky on that one.
So the Cougars will just have to re-kick it.
We've seen a little bit of everything today, Gary.
Yeah, we certainly have, no question. And the high snap, and the kick is off, and it's going to bounce and take a Cougar roll. And it's still rolling all the way back to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Darius Johnson was right there. He should have grabbed that football. He let it go and went our 8 or 9 yards.
And the Trojans, and that was a costly penalty. They were up, at about the
46-yard line? Yeah.
And now
they're on their own 28-9.
29, so there's a 17-yard to start. And the time is down to 2:49. In this football game, so it's down to crunch time, and this one well within the grasp of the Chambersburg Trojans, but they need a drive here. They're 71 yards away from pay dirt, possible victory, and this is quarterback Hoover. He drops back, he throws, and it's incomplete. Maybe lucky he did not have it picked off there.
It's one of those middle passes again. I mean, defense, there's 6 defenders for the Cougars, around that vicinity of that throw, and they would have intercepted, the game would have been over.
That would have been it. And there is still time for some running plays here too, which is what Chambersburg has done well all day. 38-34 as a result of that missed extra point. You're out, the field goal is not going to help you here. Trojans trail, empty backfield. Hoover again running for his life, and he is going to lose the ball out of bounds as he goes down. But right now, the Cougars know exactly what's coming.
Yeah, we talked about that with Miller, continuously getting the football. Number 21, Damian Barber, man, he really tackled Hoover hard to the ground, and he's limping now to the sideline. So he's talking to the coaches that he's going to stay in, but man, did he get tackled.
He is talking to the coach.
This looks like a totally different team for Harrisburg as far as the defense. I mean, they're up there clapping, they're pumped up. I don't know what happened. I mean, it's just a switch that got turned on. And, I mean, the Trojans can't do anything with it.
11 yards to go for the Trojans.
And right now, the Trojans are being forced to play into the strength, which is defending the pass for Harrisburg. They've had a great deal. Trojans have just had an awesome day on the ground, but right now they're fighting to stay alive in this one. It's 3rd down and 11 yards to go. 2:35 on the clock. And we have a stoppage of play. I did not see a flag.
Game's gone quick today, Gary.
Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
How long was your game last night, you said?
We were done in a little over an hour and a half.
Wow.
It was shortly after. It was maybe about 8:35, 8:40 when the game ended in Shippensburg. Quite the contrast today. And here's Hoover. He has it off. He has it complete, spinning for yardage, but not nearly enough to the 35-yard line with 2:29 remaining. And do you go for it here on 4th? Maybe your last.
Yeah, I would say you're going to have to. Chambers wants to talk it over. They want to make sure you only have 11 men on the field for the next time. Get back on the field. Good play, set.
It seems like after every timeout, something bad has happened today.
That's why just the fundamentals.
First things first, get the first down.
Right.
Fourth down and 5. It's been an entertaining game today, but the Trojans would like to get a W to place for one of these entertaining games. So, and this one today has been, but boy, you really, really want to come away with a victory. And right now,
1-8 looks not as 2-7 looks a lot better than 1-8.
It sure does. And then it's within their grasp.
Both teams only have one inter-league win. Mifflin County for Chambersburg, Harrisburg with their win. So Harrisburg is trying to get over 500.
They are, and they're very much in the playoff picture, ranked at number 14. Motion going left for the Trojans. They are going for it, 4th down. This is Hoover. He throws. He has the pass off. Is it ruled complete?
It looked like it was running out of bounds when he caught it. We'll see. I don't think he was. It's going to be Harrisburg football.
Harrisburg takes over, and that was the question. It was way over on the far side of the field, but he was out of bounds. And the Cougars take it over with 2:14 remaining and a 4-point lead. And Chambersburg, they don't have timeouts on the board. Do they have one?
They at least have just one. But, I mean, we've seen a lot of fumbles in this football game. I mean, one quick fumble here and Trojans can get it only down by 4.
I think both teams are forcing the other one right now to do something they don't want. In Harrisburg, that's running the football, which they have not done well. So going to get knocked down at the 35. You're right, it's not over. The Trojans very well could get one last shot here.
But Harrisburg just taking their old time.
And you would. You're up in the ball game. It's now 2nd down and 9. We know the Trojans could stop it at least once. Down to 1:40 remaining. And they're going to take as much time as they can. And there is the handoff. A first down will seal the deal. And the ball was up to the 30-yard line with a moving clock.
Is there a fumble there? The Trojans were pointing like there was a fumble. There was not.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to trick the umpire there.
So it's 3rd and 7 with 1:13 to go. And probably if you get a stop here, the Trojans will call time. But then again, this is probably 4-down territory for Harrisburg right here. And we don't have benefit of a working clock here, so I don't know how much time is left there between the plays. But the game clock is down to, 45 seconds. And there is the handoff and the knockdown at the 25-yard line at 39 seconds. And it's,
now the timeout. Stop the clock. So Chambersburg takes the timeout. 4th down, 4th and a couple yards.
And this was very well, is most likely the last one for Chambersburg, or they would have used it by now. So they're going to have a very short time to work with, the Trojans. If in fact they get the ball, we'll see what Harrisburg, they're certainly not going to try a field goal from this spot, you would not think.
I just go for the first down.
They're going for the first down.
And get the game over, it'd be done.
Yeah. It's what they're going to do at 4th and 3. And the Trojans need to stop to take over to have a shot. If Harrisburg gets the first down, it's all over. So the Cougars, 4th down and 7 with 38 seconds remaining in the ball game. They lead the Trojans by 4. There's a handoff. There's a run. And the first down, I do believe,
very close.
And they're moving the sticks. First down, Harrisburg. And that is the football game here. A disappointing defeat for the Chambersburg Trojans. A ball game in which they led by as many as
11 points, I believe.
Points.
Yeah. So it was 21-10 when Brandon Miller ran in the second quarter.
Trojans are just going to come up a few points shy here in the capital city today as time ticks away and the Trojans lose their 8th game of the year. Another what was a very winnable Chambersburg game. They lose 38-34. We're just going to keep it here and wrap it up, Mike. As far as Chambersburg, Harrisburg improves to 5-4 and kind of solidifies that playoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, Chambersburg, you just got to really feel bad about how well they played in most of the game, but just some key turnovers. I mean, first play of the game, that 57-yard pass brought to Anderson Butts, 7-0, saying, oh boy, here we go. But a couple fumbles here and there. Edmondson ran in, and we didn't see much Edmondson there in the second half, so I'm curious to see if he's going to play for next week's contest. We saw Miller come in, done an outstanding job. Brandon Miller get the lead, made it 14-7. And then it is back and forth. And unfortunately, too much Harrisburg at the end. And that's even with Darius Johnson scoring twice there in the third quarter. I mean, the Trojans again were up by 9 points. And then there's some costly turnovers to get the lead back to Harrisburg. And all it took was a first down to seal it.
Last turnover was the one that was costly for Chambersburg. They were marching, taking time off, running the clock down. Then they turned the football over. Harrisburg turns it into points. And, that was, what killed the Chambersburg Trojans today. The one play that did in the football game.
Yeah, I mean, now hard to believe next week is their last game of the 2015 campaign, and it's not like they're going to play a wimpy team at all. They're playing at Cumberland Valley, so hey, Cumberland Valley has something to play for.
Yeah, they want to keep that home playoff spot. You better believe it. Plus, they also have a shot at the division crown. So, yes, they are going to be there to play. And Chambersburg has not defeated Cumberland Valley in 22 years. So, unless something happens, very strange, which you never know would be great, but, it's highly unlikely that the Trojans are going to be able to finish the year out with a victory. This was one I thought going in that the Trojans had a real legitimate shot to win, and they did. Absolutely, but they lose a high-scoring game by a score of 38-34. And today's game has been brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on a home equity line of credit. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. By Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations. By Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. By Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. By Clyde Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit ClydeTours.net for complete tour schedule. Our camera, operating the camera today, John Irvin. For Mike Berger, I'm Gary Clyde. Again, the final score, Harrisburg 38, Chambersburg 34. Join us next Friday night when the Trojans take on Cumberland Valley and Greencastle takes on Shippensburg on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Good afternoon, everyone.